Hopefully this works. Hi, I'm Julie Simon, and I'm a lens-based media artist. That means I make art with cameras, working in both still and moving image. And this is painting with photography. I mostly create abstractions, combining and blending many images together. That's what you see in this video running behind me. I want you to think about the photograph as being figurative paint and the computer as the brush. I start with an image, the red one you just saw. It's an inflatable from Light City. I added a photograph of rain falling on my deck and then blended the layers, looking for the best result, tweaking color in contrast along the way. When I get something I like, I add to it, repeating the process. I began working like this about 12 years ago. Then I went into the dark basement with a bag of marbles, fabric scraps, and a flashlight, and that got me started. And here you go. To shoot in the dark, you have to keep the camera shutter open for maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute. The light from the flashlight overexposes part of the frame. That's the white. And hand holding a camera for such a long exposure guarantees lots of blur. I love working with water. When shot at slow shutter speeds and blended, it looks like brush strokes. I began with the marbles and the flashlight, and now I shoot all kinds of images that have interesting color and texture, moving and jerking the camera intentionally to create those streaks, blurs, and line. The subject of the photo source isn't my main concern, and neither is focus. Shh. I break all the rules I teach in class. What I'm going after is many individual pieces that I can blend together to create an entirely new whole. Then I mask, which means cutting a hole in one layer so the layer below it shows through. That's what the red screen you see coming up here. That shows me where the mask is not. I cut away shapes, further refining the piece, bringing bits and pieces of color and texture to the surface. A little masking here as I'm waiting for my next cue. Sometimes things don't work, like this refrigerator grate I shot at the dump, one of my favorite locations, by the way. I changed its color, I tried to blend it in, and eventually it was right-click, put in trash, and I do that a lot. I fine-tune, changing contrast, checking each layer I added, and masking so it adds to the whole. I save multiple versions along the way, mostly so I can go back if something goes wrong, but also as a comparison, which works better. My technique pays a bit of an homage to the color field and abstract expressionist painters of the mid-20th century. Think about Jackson Pollock, who poured layers of paint directly onto the canvas. His method was brand new. It was a brand new way of creating abstract art, and people thought he was crazy. And take Helen Frankenthaler, who watered her paint down so much it ran, and then she let it soak into a canvas, a big no-no at the time. She ended up pioneering a brand new way of creating art. These artists used the tool of their time to create something new. I use the same tools you use to take pictures of your friends and to surf Facebook. 21st century digital tools, they are the paint of my time, and I too am a rule breaker. This is Abstraction 83215, created for UB's Red Talks. I'm Julie Simon. Thank you.